Hello people of the internet, this is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords with the restored content modification, and isn't it nice to hear the background music from Nar Shaddaa again? Because last time on KotOR 2, aside from having some music glitches, we talked to a whole bunch of people on Nar Shaddaa, mostly dealing with them and helping them out. And some of them were business entrepreneurs, which was quite a nice change of pace. But now we're going to finish off with our exploration of the Nar Shaddaa docks by doing a couple of side quests for people, and then we'll move on to another area of Nar Shaddaa. Now, last time I did say I was going to start looking into the Refugee Sector. However, I am thinking that's going to be unlikely in this part, because the Refugee Sector is quite a big area to explore, and I'd rather dedicate an entire part to that, and I don't think this is the part to do it. So despite what I said last time, I'm going to leave it for another time, so probably in the next part or the part after that, depending on how this goes. Now I'm hoping the music will come back again, because it appears to have disappeared like it did in the previous part, but we'll no doubt find out in a moment. Oh, there we go, good. Pausing and unpausing, restored the music as it often does. So these pylon rooms don't actually offer much to the player, at least initially, but I'm just opening them up just to save some time for later on and to uncover more of the map. And then this area here is very interesting, because in the original release you couldn't open this door, or if you could, there wasn't much behind it. Now the restored content mod has actually put some content back in here, and when I say content, that doesn't actually mean a lot. It's just find some stuff, pick it up and add it to your inventory. But it's nice either way to have, because originally you couldn't access this area. And we've got droids that don't want to talk to me. That's not a problem, because I don't want to talk to them either. Got a nice suit there. Yeah, this area doesn't offer much, so this is actually a very minor bit of restored content. It's not a huge addition, and it certainly wasn't a huge loss in the original release, but it's nice to have the planet fleshed out a little bit more, even if it's only minor. I must admit, I haven't been in the mood to play KotOR 2 for quite a while. I've had a few things going on in real life that have distracted me, and that took priority over this. So I haven't played it for a while, but I've decided to try and record it again now, and I'm going to try and record a bit more again because I've missed playing it. And there should be a cutscene triggering here in a moment. Let me just see. If I walk forward, does it trigger? There we go.
Oh, looks like the Jedi raised their standards. Hanhar, I thought I smelled something. I've told you before, hunt your own targets. Don't scavenge mine.
Okay, so we got an important cutscene here.
What, working for the Hutt suddenly made you stupider, Hanhar? You touch me, you'll break the truce, and then you won't last long enough to slip off this moon.
Bloody hell. Calm down.
Don't, Hanhar. I'm warning you.
I'm surprised she can speak whilst being strangled by a Wookiee.
I don't want your life dead, Hanhar. I told you.
Maybe if he said please, he'd back off.
Yeah, you're right. I'm afraid. I'm afraid if you keep crushing me, I'll accidentally set off my rocket charges and blow us both to Nar Shaddaa.
Which I think is the main planet or the moon of Nar Shaddaa. I can't remember my Star Wars trivia.
I'd rather die than be caught by you again, Hanhar.
Way, Shadowlands reference. And I'm sure that's not foreshadowing at all. Now, those two characters, we've seen one of them before, but we haven't really seen much of the other one, or we have, just only for a couple of seconds. Those two characters are going to be very important for us on this planet, Because what Obsidian tried to do was they tried to make, you know, the game more replayable than BioWare did for the first game. So they allowed you to essentially influence what party member you ended up with, depending on whether you were light-sided or dark-sided. And in the one case, if you're neutral, you get one of the characters as well. Guess which one you get on the light side and guess which one you get on the dark side. I'm sure you won't be surprised. So, this is the one side quest we started up on the previous part. So if we pick this up and if we go to this Twi'lek corpse here, this was the contact we were supposed to meet. And the door just suddenly shuts on us because we're getting too close to the truth or something. And if we go over here, this fairly innocent cleaning droid is now an enemy. So we're going to take him out as slowly as we can because apparently he's got really good saves against Destroy Droid. And Atton and Baodor don't seem to be bothered at all. In fact, where is Baodor? Oh, he's there. He's facing the wrong way, which isn't helping. Right, guys, you really should be helping me out here. It's a good thing I have force powers, otherwise I would have struggled to take those shields out. And we can get some remains off him. Might be some useful stuff for T3 and HK. Now these consoles here, we can't do anything with them yet. However, there will be an occasion where we can do something with them. And before we do anything else, let's head back to the Biff scientist we talked to in the previous part, because that's who we got the side quest from after all. I'm sure nothing's happened to him whilst we've been dealing with that, but let's find out. So we head all the way back here, and oh look! Journal entry added, and there's a random arm here, so let's pick that up. Okay. Found signal, droid attacked me, it's deleting my data, we'll try to get away. I'm sure that was meant to say away. But I never quite understood the resolution of that side quest. It always seemed a bit odd to me. Maybe I'm missing the bigger picture with it, but I always found it a little bit random as a side quest. The other thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go not so much in here yet. I might do that on the way out of the docks, but we want to go in the Jet Tar, which is here, and apparently Atton and Baodor have got stuck. Oh, they've just walked here. Okay, thank you for that, game. Really appreciate that. Let's go in. What if I was? Is that a threat? Well, that's a xenophobic sounding place. Although that being said, I can kind of understand why aliens in the Star Wars universe would set up their own bar for their own kind and not a sort of, you know, open to any species type bar. I see. How can I get in then? Well, technically you are, because you're both bouncers, so you could easily stop me from going in, but whatever. Now, there's an easy way to deal with this slight problem. We put on a breath mask, and we kick out Atton and Baodor. There, problem solved. Let's go. Into the Jet Tar bar, which is quite a cool name. I actually quite like the Jet Tar. Although, pay very close attention to the whole Nar Shaddaa side of things, because there's going to be a plot hole related to this bar later on. And it's not so much a plot hole, it's just bad writing and bad placement. You'll see why when we come here later on, but I don't think Obsidian should have made this area as accessible as it was. Like, it shouldn't be this accessible early on, and you'll see why in a couple of parts' time. But whilst we're here, we might as well get some stuff. As you can see, there's no humans in sight. And just to demonstrate something, if I take off the breath mask, and if I walk around for a bit, should poison me. I don't know why it's not poisoning me. Or am I just so powerful I no longer get poisoned? I think the... oh, there we go. Okay, so it took a while to kick in, but as you can see, you get poisoned So, and you don't want to deal with that all the time, so you can just get around that by putting a breath mask on and you're absolutely fine. I think the texture mod I downloaded has changed it so there's these little rainbow disco lights here, which is actually quite a nice effect. I don't think they're in the vanilla game normally. But yeah, there's different rooms to the Tar, and we're going to explore the vast majority of them now because I want to do one side quest here, which was the Lunar... Was it the Lunar Shadow people? Let me just double check. Yeah, the Lunar Shadow. Right, we need to look for their captain, and he's somewhere in the Tar. And I believe there's another side quest in here as well. Okay, that is offensive. I'm not that bad, honestly. Right, you. Yeah, you're the person I need to speak to. Good. Okay. I'm looking for the captain of the Lunar Shadow. He's a Weekray? Or Wiki? I can never remember how you pronounce some of these Star Wars species names. Go seek him with the Gand. Okay. I heard the exchange makes this place their lair. And a bit of foreshadowing for later. We could threaten him, but that seems a bit pointless. Then perhaps I'll just wait for some of them to show. What? I didn't say anything offensive. Calm down. Again, more foreshadowing for later on in the game, because Obsidian, in all their infinite wisdom... Oh, and you can talk to aliens as well, and this is actually quite amusing. Hello? You just get these awkward camera shots of the people you're talking to. Hey, I'm talking to you. Alright, stay silent then. It's only a minor thing, but it's amusing every time. And not everyone does that, but most of the characters do. I think it's because they're meant to be uneasy about anyone who isn't an alien, so they basically hate humans. Which is fine. Now, I'm sure if you downloaded a mod to be a different species, i.e. there are people that have played as Twi'leks in the Knights of the Old Republic games, which I've never done, incidentally. I've never played as anyone other than a human. Maybe I should do a playthrough with an alien at some point. But I'm sure even if you mod your character to be a different species, they'd still be uneasy about you, because the game isn't coded to recognise anything different, basically. So that's one room done, and as you can see, we're having no problems in here, apart from now. I just wanted to steal some of the drinks behind the bar, to be honest. Option number 3 is a bit rude. I wanted to know about this place. I suppose it was good I came in here early, actually, because you wouldn't be able to have these discussions later on. How many of these chambers are there? Tell me about the Gand. You could just assume they're an insect species just by looking at them. A little bit more foreshadowing by the sounds of it. I heard they were bounty hunters, come in search of a Jedi. Can I get something to drink? What kind of a bar is this if you're not going to give me a drink? What a con. You need to sharpen your horns. They look a little weak. Yeah, I understand that is pretty offensive. I agree completely. I'm looking for the captain of the Lunar Shadow. Okay, we did see a Weekray or two, or Weekray, or however you pronounce their species names. Which reminds me, The laziest Star Wars species name I think I can remember is, and one of them was actually outside the Jet Tar, and that's the oh, we found him already though. There we go. The one species that always had a bit of a lazy name in the Star Wars universe was the Grans, and they're one of the bouncers outside was a Gran, and I always thought Gran was the laziest name you could ever give to an alien species. Like, they were in Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 and Jedi Outcast Academy. Basically, they're in all the Jedi Knight games. And when I found out what their species name was, I was so disappointed. I thought, bloody hell, that's really anticlimactic. And it's a shame, because they've got a cool design. But moving on. Are you the captain of the Lunar Shadow? Because I'm going to pretend the game just didn't tell me. We're not going to use the Force on him because that could potentially blow my cover, and I doubt it would, but I'm not going to risk it. Your crew will abandon you if you don't return. Wow, that was really easy to convince him. And there we go, so we can go back to them later on. And yeah, the Gand. I've been told they're an insect species. Yeah, they look pretty insecty to me. They really do. I don't know why you would just think you were wrong with that assumption. That's like if you had an alien species that was modelled on polar bears and you went, oh, I assume they're polar bears. Nobody would say you were wrong. They would just say, yeah, you're pretty correct. They do look like polar bears. Actually, that would be a pretty cool species now I think about it. Whilst I'm walking around the Jet Tower and collecting random chemicals, one thing I haven't discussed with this planet yet is the Jedi Master who we're looking for, Zez Kaiao. And, oh yeah, I think this guy has a side quest. We'll talk to him in a moment. Zez Kaiao is the Jedi Master we're looking for on this planet, and he was always my favourite Jedi Master in this game because I liked the way he approached things and I liked his philosophy, and basically I just liked who he was as a character. But he isn't the greatest Jedi Master in this game from a Jedi perspective, if you think of it that way. And you'll see why later on when I eventually find him at the end of this planet. But there's one thing I'm going to forewarn you about, because I know a lot of people don't particularly like The Last Jedi, and it's a very controversial film, particularly when it comes to Star Wars films. It's a very controversial one. And it's mainly because people didn't like how Luke Skywalker was portrayed in that film. Well, before anyone says anything about how Luke Skywalker was portrayed in The Last Jedi, it wasn't the most original thing ever. And yeah, we can't get in the private lounge yet, so that will be later on. Zez Kaiao was actually The Last Jedi Luke Skywalker before The Last Jedi Luke Skywalker existed, and no doubt I will repeat this later on when I eventually see this Jedi Master. But Zez Kaiao is very similar to Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. They both have lost faith in the Jedi Order, they've lost faith in the Jedi ways, and essentially they've got a lot of apathy towards the Jedi and the Force and various other things. I know I'm sort of discussing spoiler-related things here, but it's something I've wanted to discuss for quite a while, and I figured I'd bring it up here because no doubt I'll either forget when the time comes, or if I do end up repeating it, then I've at least forewarned you, and then I can go, see, that's the point I was trying to get across. Now let's talk to you. Oh, sorry, I skipped your dialogue there. It will cost you. I bet this guy is not discreet whatsoever. I bet he's shouting this out, and there's a Gan somewhere in here going, oh god, not again. Why is this guy trying to do this to me? Bit of an odd side quest, this. He just wants to find out his name. Why don't you ask yourself? So, if they want to speak of themselves in the third person, that doesn't sound that bad to me. I'll let you know if I find out his name. Okay, so we got a new side quest. It's the naming of the Gand, and we've got to find the Great Gand Warrior. And it could be literally anybody. because they're all GANs in here. So we're going to start in this corner and just, because I can't remember which one it is. Tell me about the GAND. And there you go, they refer to themselves in the third person like that Sulluston said. And that's very confusing. What is your name? Are you a great GAND warrior? Okay, never mind. So we're going to have to do this a number of times, so I'm not going to bother reading the dialogue out every single time. And yeah, we have to keep doing this. So we're going to do this for quite a while, and I'm going to go around all the corner bits first before I do anything else. The music seems to have disappeared again. And feel free to keep account of how many GAND we talk to whilst we're doing this. I think this is the 4th one. Ah, here we go. Now, this is where you need the awareness check. It only took us to the 4th one to find. That's good. I don't think it's randomised, as in the placement of the GAND who's the Great Warrior, but who knows. You need awareness 15 minimum to complete this side quest, which I'm not quite sure why Obsidian set it so high, but either way, we've got it. So, you just refer to yourself in the first person, because as you can see from the dialogue, he said, my accomplishments are not worth mention, not the GAN's accomplishments are not worth mention. Yes, I'm perceptive because I have awareness 15 minimum. Man, that sounds quite grim. Will you tell me your name? Osler. That's actually a really cool name. I wouldn't be ashamed of that. And you got 2 options here, but I reckon he wants to remain private. So, thank you, the GAND. And there we go. Yeah, and he won't talk to us again, and I don't think if we... Yeah, we just get the same dialogue there. So, yeah, he can't tell us any more. And as you can see here, we've discovered... Now, we've got 2 choices. We can either blab his name out to the guy who asked for it, or we could say, I don't know. If you blab his name out, you get dark side points. And I don't think I want to do that, because I've built up a level of trust with him, confidentiality and everything. So let's talk to you. We could lie to him, but I don't think that's going to get anywhere. So I have, but I promised I wouldn't tell anyone. And we get light side points for that, which is nice. And he doesn't seem that bothered that we're not going to help him out, which is quite nice. I'm surprised he didn't try and start a fight with us, but whatever. We're done with the Jek Tar for now. And I don't think these guys will talk... Oh, they will. Okay. I didn't think they were going to talk to us, but they did. So that's the Jek Tar. And again, I think it was a bit of an oversight that Obsidian let you go to the Jek Tar as early as this, because you'll see why later on in the game. But that area is really easy to exploit. If there was no such thing as a breath mask, it would be annoying. But because it exists, it's easy to just cheapen out, because you're supposed to get poisoned every time you walk around. There you go, the Gran, the laziest Star Wars species name in existence. It always bothered me. Now then, we might as well go in here. I'm not sure if we can talk to anyone here. Maybe he likes Goto, I don't know. What are you doing here? We've been reminded of Paragus and Telos, as in the situation with the Telos Citadel Station where they've not got access to the Paragus mining facility anymore, or their fuel. What's your interest in this? Well, lucky you, I want to as well. I was also trying to find a fuel source for Citadel Station. Not after I convinced Vogger it's safe for his freighters to operate again. Right, so we've got a bit of a business rival with this Biff here. We're not going to go in there yet. Vogger's Thug. Who are you? Ooh, God. Fed to the hounds. That's a grim way to go. I want to speak with Vogger. The freighter hijackings that have been plaguing his shipping. Right, so here we... Oh, I've only just walked in! Calm down. But anyway, we got this nice, almost Return of the Jedi-esque looking scene here. Except without a trapdoor. Oh look, he's actually awake, that's nice. So, Vogger the Hutt. Can we talk to you again? Oh, she ignores me. What a shame. Can we pet his dogs? No, apparently not. Right. Hello, Vogger. That is true, I was irritating your calf hounds. I'm really sorry. I just wanted to see what they would do. I don't take orders from pompous slugs. Ooh, I got burnt there. Bloody hell. Okay, I'll be reasonable. I wanted to know about the exchange. What has KotOR done to you? Slahayuan, the planet that was cut from the first KotOR? Perhaps I can help you get to the bottom of this. Citadel Station is looking for a new fuel source. Okay, I think we might have set up a deal there. If I can take care of KotOR, will you agree to ship fuel to Citadel Station? I just want to make sure Telos has fuel. Well, no, it's the Citadel Station. We're not actually giving fuel to the planet, we're just giving it to the Citadel Station. Oh, whatever. Let's talk about the fuel on Slahayuan. Okay, so can we talk to him again? You're not as funny as you think, Vogger. Oh, and he said my name because all aliens can say my name. Okay, forget it, I'll be going now. So if we try and go in here, we get growled at by the calf hounds. Does Vogger say anything about that blatant disrespect? No. And, yeah. I've not had success yet with finding KotOR. I've only just talked to you. So let's leave because there's nothing else to be gained here yet. But there we go. And this watering urn is interesting because we're going to be doing something with that later. Bizarrely, we can actually break in here without any problems whatsoever, but it turns out there's nothing in here. So let's move on. I think we got those things for the Ithorian as well. I'm just going to double check before I leave the docks. We've actually been here for quite a while now, incidentally. I don't know why I was here for so long, but yeah, we've been here for quite a while. Now, you. And we are standing very close to people again. No, we haven't got anything for him yet, so not a problem. I thought I did when I went to do that one side quest, but apparently not. So let's move on from the docks, because we've got more things to do. And I'm going to go to the Entertainment Promenade first, because whilst I said in the previous part I was going to go to the Refugee Sector, I've changed my mind and I'm going to go to the Entertainment Promenade. Which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, because if it's Promenade, I'm going to be quite sad. Promenade sounds more correct to me, based on how... I want to say it sounds French, but I could be wrong. It sounds French to me. Now, I'll have to look that up after I've recorded this, because it's going to bug me for the rest of the night. And yes, I'm heading in the right direction. The Refugee Sector is down here. So let's head in there and see what's going on. Oh, another cutscene. Oh, it's the central Twi'leks. The central Twi'lek twins. Notice how I'm saying central and not another word. And they're getting turned on by the idea of killing me later, apparently, which isn't the nicest thought ever. Now, this is arguably the nicest area of Nar Shaddaa, and I say arguably because it isn't. So, this guy's apparently trying to get our attention, so let's have a talk to him. And if I am? Why don't you just go in and see it? Odd. Can I pass along a message for you? That sounds like it might be worth some compensation. And then there's this guy, and I can't remember what species this is, and he's got a cool name, KotOR. I've always liked this species just because of the way they sound. Listen to this. I always quite liked how cute they sounded. They also look somewhat cute as well, in terms of Star Wars species anyway. What could you possibly have to sell me? Look at that big tooth at the front there. Or maybe it's teeth, it's just the engine can't render more than one tooth apparently. How do I know it's worth it? Now this character will actually become semi-important later on, I believe, if it's the character I'm thinking of. So we're actually going to set up a bit of a relationship with him now, just so it makes sense later. Because if you don't talk to him and you see him later on, it doesn't make sense from a writing perspective. Option 2 is very harsh, so I'm going to say, can you tell me something about the area? And because we're tight, we're going to only pay him 5 credits. Why aren't you allowed in the bar? Again, Obsidian being really good with the cinematography here. It's only a minor thing, but it's very good. Pazaak then. Yeah, alright, smart ass. I gathered that much. Why aren't you allowed in the Pazaak den? Don't get cute with me, rodent. Tell me why you were banned. Okay, I'll be going now. So, if we talk to him again... Oh, relax. I'm not here to harm you. I just wanted to know how I stand with the exchange. Oh, good. They're watching me already. Excellent. Good. That's exactly what I want to hear. No thanks. I might pay him later on, but for now, that's fine. I've got 10,000 credits, so it's not exactly as if I'm broke. So there's 2 areas in the Entertainment Promenade. There's the Cantina and then there's the Pazaak den. If we go in the Cantina... No, let's not go in there first. Let's go to the Pazaak den like I promised the dude. Because I actually want to switch Bayo... Oh, I can't switch him out. Okay. I'm going to have to I'm gonna have to go out and then come back in later on. Password? What if I don't know the password? Okay, so we've got to find out the password. And there's two ways we can do this. We can either pay this guy for the password if you don't have a good persuade skill, or you could just use force persuade. Let me just double check with this guy. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's fine. I'm not going to hurt you. Just, okay, apparently he doesn't want to tell us the password. I thought somebody tells you the password. Maybe they're in the cantina, I can't remember. But we're not going to pay somebody to tell us the password because we have the force. So I can go in.
I guess that's one way to win an argument.
Thanks, Beodor. And the door opened and then shut again because I think the game got confused. So welcome to the Pazaak Den. And if you recognise this music from the first KotOR, all the nostalgia's coming back. It feels very much like Taris all over again. Or it's just reusing the music, I don't know. Now, the Pazaak Den actually has a couple of side quests involved. Because you can play Pazaak here, surprise surprise, with a number of people. And we're going to do that. Because, first of all, I believe there's about 3 or 4 people we have to take out. But let's talk to this one guy here. And I've got this horrible feeling Beodor's not going to be happy with us when we do this, but... And I have some questions about the other players. Let's make conversation first before we get him out of here. Nah, I'm good, thank you. You've got some friends waiting out front. Probably would have been better if I had HK-47 here, because yeah. Let's not be honest with him. There was a female Twi'lek asking for Jerody. She was very attractive. Oh, it says Marlo, I gotta say. I thought I misread that for a moment. I thought it said Mario, and I was getting really confused. I'm so sorry, I think we're going to get this guy killed. And we got dark side points there, predictably. Beodor doesn't seem to be too bothered, which is good. And did we get a journal? Yeah, we did. So, yeah, we've removed him as an obstacle. Excellent. Somehow that gained us recognition. I'm not quite sure how. Now then, let's talk to you. Atten, get out of the way. Your mouth is scaring me. Some interesting dialogue choices here. I kind of like both of these two. Hello yourself, gorgeous. I've never had a wormhead come on to me before. Oh, okay, fine. I shouldn't have said that, clearly. I just want to play some Pazaak.
I think maybe you should let me handle this one.
Bloody hell, it was only a card game. Making it sound like you did something else. A lot of sexual undertones there. There we go, so Atten's done us a favour, which is awesome. And again, we gained respect for that, even though Atten did all the work. But whatever. Now, I think there's this droid here. Let's talk to you.
Oh, hello. You have caught me at a rare time. Usually there are many players who seek to play, but you are fortunate to have caught me at a moment of quiet.
What are you talking about?
I fear it is because I am simply not a skilled Pazaak player. I'm afraid protocol droid skills and language interpretation are not something that lend themselves to Pazaak and probability.
So why do you play?
Why, I cannot help myself. In fact, every time I seek to find the answer to that question, I am consumed with the need to come here and play Pazaak. I am concerned that the problem may lie with my memory core. Without routine memory wipes, you know, such degradation is known to occur, leading to instabilities. I fear my obsession with Pazaak is one such corruption.
Or maybe you're addicted. And this droid is odd. I don't know if it's the voice acting or what, but it doesn't sound very droid-like. It feels like somebody's sort of done their own fan voice acting for this. I don't know, maybe it's just me. My friend here can take a look at it.
I am not sure I wish it fixed. I do find some degree of satisfaction in playing. Would you like to play?
Yeah, maybe if the droid's not very good, there's some credits to be made here.
Oh, most certainly, sir. I am not a good player. Quite the mark, as it were.
Yeah, so you can actually just exploit this droid for ages. I think it's actually I think you're always set to win against this droid because she's meant to be easy to beat because she admitted it herself she's terrible. And, yeah, no, really, it's no trouble. You don't mind, do you?
I used to work on droids like this in the war. Let me take a look. Here's the problem. It's just a matter of changing out this and reconnecting this.
Oh, that feels much better. I cannot believe I went on and on about such a foolish game. Thank you, truly thank you.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that gets us some influence with KotOR. I hope. I think T3 can also do something with this droid as well. Now, let's attempt to open the module's casing, because our repair skill is better. And there we go. So now I think we've actually taken out everyone in the Pazaak den. And we've done it in completely the laziest way possible. And yeah, there we go. Cutscene activated. Alright, short stuff. I've always wanted to say that. Oh, please, calm down. Don't want to hear this sexual language in here. I can't really tell him I've run a few matches. I didn't do anything. Compared to you, my boot is big stuff. Might as well be slightly cocky about it. Who are you? I swear this part of the game has got loads of euphemisms. So this is the champ, and I can't remember if he always appeared in the game or if it was restored content. I think he was in the original game. Essentially, he's a very difficult Pazaak player to beat. So I'm going to make a save. And we're going to take him on. Yeah, let's play. And we are going to wager 500 credits because I am that stupid. Because we might be able to spend it on getting some attention from the exchange. Stand. I think this is going to be a mistake. Yep, okay. Oh, you little cheat. Oh, well, at least it raced his cards. How have I been defeated? We both got 20. Yeah, let's play. I'm not accepting that. If we lose this match, I'll reload and... Oh, God, he is actually really good. This can be difficult. I forgot to say that this is actually a very difficult part of the game. But fortunately, this is KotOR 2 Pazaak and not KotOR 1 Pazaak, which was a pain in the arse. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to the time we played Knights of the Old Republic 1 with that restored stuff. Oh, we've lost, fine. No, we haven't. Well, we have lost, but we haven't lost the game completely. You can't cheat now. Yes, there we go. If we can just win 2 more with luck, that would be very nice. There we go. That's what I like to see. Come on. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, we've done it. Okay, let's try and... Let's see if we can do this in a row. I don't think we'll be able to, but let's see if we can do it. Let's try and do this without save scumming. Okay, I'll let him win that one. Yeah, Atom, you could have offered to try and beat the champ, to be honest. I'm not fond of this. Okay, so the AI got lucky there. This would be so much better with music. Running out of cards, which isn't great. I don't think I'm going to win this because... Oh, mate, I don't know. We'll see. Running out of cards wasn't ideal. Let's see if we get lucky here. Oh yes, good. Yeah, I've made a grand. Let's play. Well, 1,000 credits and made a grand, even though it is a grand. This would be so much better if the background music was playing, though. Yeah. Might as well tie these sets every time. I think the game's gonna win. Yeah, fine. Yeah, let's just add that up. I can't remember how many matches you're meant to win. And I'm hoping you don't have to like keep coming out of the conversation to do it, otherwise I'm doing this for nothing. But let's find out. Stand. Oh no, it's fine, we can do it all. Cool. Take this golden card and don't come back. Well, that went much better than I expected, and we made 1,000 credits there, so that's nice. And we've beaten the champ, which probably gets us some attention. Yeah, there you go. That went better than I expected, to be honest.
I swear half of these players must have skifters up their sleeves.
Oh, that's proper Taris voice acting right there.
Oh, these tables are gonna bleed me dry.
Smooth skins, eh? Where'd you come from? Fallout? Space off. Oh, great insult. These guys think they're in the Jack Tower, but they're not, so let's leave. So yeah, we've already done with the Pazaak Den stuff, which is great. Now, we're going to do the stupid thing and spend our newly earned credits on this guy. And yeah, we're not going to hurt you. Put in a good word for me. Yeah, so we've basically spent our money stupidly. You don't have to do that, I just do it just because it feels a bit more complete. Right, so as you can see, I've switched Bayodor out for the Handmaiden. And then, as I did that, I realised, actually, I don't want to go to the Cantina just yet, because what that would do is it would set up a side quest where we could warp back to Vog of the Hut, and we could sort of set up a few things in relation to an unmarked side quest. And I don't want to do that just yet, because I don't want to go back to the docks this soon. So what I'm going to do is kick the Handmaiden back out. Oh, apparently it doesn't let me do it because the game doesn't think I have the Handmaiden. What I'm going to do is, next time I'm going to kick the Handmaiden out, and I'm just going to do it now, to be honest, might as well. Remove her from the party, get Bayodor back. I'm a little bit gutted we didn't get any extra influence with him for messing with that droid, but oh well, doesn't matter particularly. We'll get influence with him somehow. Oh yeah, I forgot about this bit. No, he's not with us at all. Well, that was mean. You didn't have to kill him. And they already threw a grenade at us somehow. Great. So I don't get the point of this particularly, but it's, you know, it sort of gives a bit of insight into the Nar Shaddaa crime life, I suppose. Bayodor's going to die. Yeah, doesn't matter though, because we're going to shoot this guy and kill him. Assuming we can aim. There we go. So yeah, I never quite got the point of this bit, but again, it does sort of give you an insight into what the crime life on Nar Shaddaa is like, so I don't mind it too much. I can't think of it foreshadowing anything particularly. But there we go, we've got some good gear here. Nothing special, but we got something. I'm going to leave it there for now, because next time we might go back to the Ebon Hawk really briefly, just to see if we've still got the ship. And we will probably move on to the Nar Shaddaa Refugee Sector, because I said I was going to do it last time and I didn't do it this time, and you know, I want to save the Refugee Sector for a much bigger part and dedicate it on its own. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hopefully we'll get back on track with recording some more KotOR 2 again, because I've missed playing this.